Hey guys, welcome to Lalas TV. This is the place where you find inspiration, motivation, health tips, and stories about women in business. And today we have a special guest. Her name is Lala. Hi Lala, ¿cómo estás?
Hi. Very, very good. Thank you for having me today. I'm very excited.
We're very excited to have you tonight. I heard about your story. It's very inspiring, very motivating, and I want to know about. Well, first of all, I want to know what inspired you to do this kind of special thing for the families every holiday.
Well, I have a background of, being an immigrant born in Guadalajara, Jalisco. We struggled a lot, growing up. My dad left when I was about 12 years old, so my mom was a single mother, trying to raise us, three girls. So we didn't really have much. We grew up in the streets of East LA, what it's known for, that's what it was for me growing up. My mom, besides the fact that, she barely was able to give us a little, she also wasn't like that emotional support. Like, she's not very affectionate, motherly. Like, she didn't learn that from her family. So not only did we not have the funds, but I didn't grow up with the love.
Oh,
Yeah. So, luckily I was a very happy child, very motivated,
naturally, right?
naturally, gracias a Dios. But you know what? Christmas was like a nightmare for me. It was like the most depressed time of the year for me. I used to remember just locking myself up in the room and just crying and writing in my diary and just I hated Christmas because I would see movies like Home Alone and, I would see the big houses and the big old Christmas trees and the family and everybody getting together. All my family.
How happy it was, right?
How beautiful, yeah. Like, all my family lived in Guadalajara, Jalisco. We were the only ones here, so it was just, I hated it. So
What year was this when you guys moved in from Guadalajara?
I was only almost 2 years old.
Oh, you were really young. Yeah.
So estaba muy chiquita, pero yeah, so
So this moment in your life, obviously this childhood, going through the struggle of not getting the love from your mom and not feeling like Christmas was fun for you, right? You wanted it to be fun, but
Yes.
you didn't know how. Like, you're like, I don't have the love from my mom. I don't have the love from my family.
And you know what? Growing up as a kid, like, a gift is everything. Like,
Yeah.
we don't learn about love and like the importance of culture and values and all that. Like, I wanted the gifts.
Yeah.
Like, I was a selfish little girl, and I can be honest with you, like, I was that, and I did, like, I got socks and I got a chapstick from Avon, and you know what I mean,
Yeah,
like, on my
exactly.
Christmas and birthdays, and I just, like, I knew I wanted more. Like, I grew up very ambitious, very, like, eager to always win and have it, so I just set my mind since a little girl, like, I'm gonna work hard to get myself out of the ghetto, to make it happen, never thinking that I was gonna do this foundation, but
But you felt like it was a matter of choice. Like, when you grew up, you knew when you grew up you're gonna have that choice of saying, I can do this for myself. I
Of
can be
course.
self-made, because
Yes.
even though your life it could be very challenging, or you can lack affection and all these things, but at the end of the day, you own your life. You can
Yeah.
make changes with your life.
yes.
So how old were you when you thought about this idea that you wanted to help other people?
My foundation?
Yeah.
Well, so growing up, like, I knew education was gonna get me out of the ghetto. So to me, it was like, focus in school, do good, get your career, right? So I did that, y gracias a Dios, by the age of 23, I bought myself my first brand new home. Like, I was what you want to call set, right? And everything only lasted for about 5 years because I invested in a bad business. I was losing a lot of money, and it got to the point where I either left the business and just took it as a loss, or because I was funding it myself with my own personal check for my career, or I was gonna get into really bad debt and then maybe could, like, lose my house. So that year, after buying Christmas trees for 5 years, finally the huge white ones with the snow, because I loved them, the real ones that smell so beautiful. that fifth year, I couldn't afford a tree because I couldn't afford nothing. I had to just save and not even eat out.
It was a tough year for you.
It was a really tough year. And so my little sister lived with me, and I asked her because she had her little part-time job, and I never made her pay bills in the house. And so I asked her, like, pitch in with me. Let's go buy a Christmas tree, because my Christmas trees cost like $150. It's like, I want the good one, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, let's go buy a Christmas tree, you know? And she's like, nah, like, I don't have money. Like, she didn't want to help me out. And it broke my heart when somebody came into my house and they're like, dude, what's wrong with you? Where's your Christmas tree? And I just broke down because I wanted one so bad, and I couldn't afford one.
So this was in your house?
This was in my house. Wow. Like, this was 6 years ago, because this is my 6th year with my foundation.
Yeah.
And so I remember crying, and in that moment, I just got a phone and I put it, and something just grew in me, and I'm like, you know what? I'm so selfish. To this day, I'm selfish. I'm always thinking about, what's my next new car? What purse am I going to get now? Like, ahora que tengo, like, it was just me. What am I going to give myself, you know? So I was just like, you know what? Screw this. I'm not going to get a Christmas tree for myself. I want to fundraise, and I'm going to give away 1,000 Christmas trees to the community, like give back to East LA and people that grew up like me, you know? And yeah, I put it in my mind, and I was like, I don't know nothing about Christmas trees and how to fundraise and how to do this, but I'm gonna make it happen. And I gave away 1,050 trees my first year.
1,050 trees.
Yes.
So I think it's just the struggle of you not being able to get that tree, and it just motivated you to say, I'm gonna do this by myself. I'm gonna just not just give it to me, but give it to more people.
And you know what's crazy? Ever since that, I never get my tree no more.
No.
Oh, I want to cry. Ever since my foundation 6 years ago, like, I don't even care about me having a tree still. Even if I am fundraising and I'm giving away 1,000 trees, 500 trees, whatever it is, like, I don't even care about keeping that last tree. Like, I want to give it to a family. It's not even about me no more, you know?
Yeah, that's very, very inspiring, very beautiful how sometimes we come from hard, places, and that I think that makes us who we are. I think that makes us stronger.
Of course.
The fact that we struggle with certain things, it just gives us that motivation to be better, to give the world something back, because you know what it was to struggle without a Christmas tree, Christmas tree. So,
and sometimes when we do better, we forget where we came from. And I think that's what was happening to me, because by the time I graduated high school, like, I just got so smart with making money. Yeah. Come on, at 23 years old, I buy my house brand new.
So wait a minute. So how were you making this money when you were 23? Were you just working?
So I graduated from UCLA. I became a substitute teacher right away after I got my BA, because I was tutoring math.
And not just anyone gets into UCLA.
No.
That's a very
I'm telling you, I knew education school was going to get me out of the ghetto. So to me, it was like, do your best in school, because that's what's going to give you opportunity to, like, do something,
Yeah.
So I became a substitute teacher. Just with my substitute credentials, they gave me a long-term position at the school that I used to tutor, because everybody knew me there from UCLA tutoring the kids. So I got a math position as a teacher for 7th grade right away. I had already started a clothing line right before that. The first day that I go into the 7th grade class to become a teacher, I walked to lunch and I saw this building for rent. I was like, why don't I open a boutique right there? Like, that would be so cool. And then within the month, I have a store across the street from the school that I teach at. And I was just saving and making that money.
Like, making things happen, getting, and this is all business. At the end of the day, it's a woman in business, because you're getting things done. You're putting it in your head, like, I want to do this, and this is what I want.
Yes.
And sometimes people think that it's difficult, but I think in our own minds we put those obstacles.
It's not difficult. You just don't have to pay attention to, like, when I did that, it was supposedly like our depression, our economy was the worst. If I would have listened to all that, I wouldn't have done everything that I did. I was already in debt with UCLA. I was already $5,000 in debt because of my clothing line. Did I care? No. I still could, with my good credit, I got the loans for my credit card cash advance. I opened up my store with $25,000. Within the year, I paid everything, and another year I saved, my $15,000 to put it down in my house, and I bought every single thing in my house brand new. Every single thing. Like, you could make anything you want happen.
It gets to a point where you're like, well, I've been buying material things for myself so much, and it's like, what else is there, right? Like,
there's nothing.
You're like, it has to be something deeper, more fulfilling than just getting a car, getting a purse, getting, material. Definitely. Like, I think as women, we tend to, at least for myself, when I was younger, I felt like I wanted makeup, I wanted this, I wanted that, but then that just is very superficial. It
Yes.
doesn't really makes you happy deep down,
Exactly.
you know. But I think
Exactly.
this tree foundation for you, it's like it has made your purpose, right, in life. Like you feel like this is you feel very happy doing this for other people.
Yes, definitely. And you know what's crazy? I listen to a lot of motivational, inspirational audios from, Tony Robbins to Les Brown to Mel Robbins. Like, I
Maybe
listen
that's why
to
you're
so
here
many
where you're at,
people.
because you've been listening to
No,
so
yeah, but it's crazy because I'm pretty sure it was Tony Robbins that I heard it from. Like, nothing, or there was another story, someone else I remember right now, but I remember who it was, like super multi-billionaire millionaire person. There is nothing in the world that will give you more joy than contributing, like giving
others.
to others. Like, you will never, not even the nicest car, the nicest purse, the biggest house in the world will never give you the joy
Yeah.
of the joy when you give from your heart,
Yeah.
and you see that light in that kid,
Yeah.
in that family.
It just makes your day, it makes your life, your purpose.
Yeah, and that picture from, I just actually changed it to my GoFundMe. If you guys can donate, if you guys want to donate on GoFundMe, that picture, just those little kids when I gave them a toy, like, and then like all these families remind me of how I lived.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's just beautiful. Like, my purpose, hopefully, it's like all these kids, realize, because I also give them like little Christmas letter, and the letter says like, don't let your circumstances right now, make you think that this is it, this is life. You have the ability to believe in yourself and just go for what you want, and don't let your circumstances determine your
Stop you.
future.
Yeah.
You
very,
got
very
it.
inspiring. And I think that people that are listening right now, they're probably in a place right now where they feel like this is very depressing for whatever reason. It could be problems with their families, it can be money problems, but
It's temporary.
Temporary. Like, I think that if you put that positiveness in your mind and you really put those goals in your head, I think you can accomplish them.
Yeah.
I want to learn, like, when you did this 150 trees, tell me like the process of
1,050 trees.
1,000. Yeah. How did that? Tell me the process. Like, how did that? Like, was people donating at the
So
time?
let me tell you, because I remember like it was yesterday. So the accountant that helped me open up the foundation, he rented me also like a conference room in his building. So I used to meet there, and like literally I had to like just Google like, where do I get Christmas trees from? Like, I didn't know absolutely anything from that, I remember having headaches. I remember feeling so stressed out, like, how am I gonna make this happen? So like, my number one goal, like, not just inspire you to also start your own foundation and whatever it is. Obviously, it doesn't have to be Christmas trees. Don't worry about the how. If you have it in your heart, you will make it happen, So I remember just being stressed. Sometimes I had to just lay down in that couch, just
You
like
just felt like, how am I gonna do this?
Yeah, like I had no clue. And you know what? I had a help by this beautiful girl, Maggie Cervantes. I love you so much, her. And her tia just helped me get by, because I would be so stressed. Like, how am I going to do this? I already promised the people I have to do it. Like, I didn't know, And, like, I wrote a story. And, like, literally what she was doing, she was just going online. And she was just finding people that like to donate or already had a foundation. And we were just sending my story to, like, people.
Yeah.
And then in a couple of days, this man, he, like, has his secretary contact me. I end up showing up to, like, this beautiful building in downtown LA. This guy has like a law firm. I show up to his office. He has like 6 assistants just sitting there, and I'm just like looking like ish, because I'm just sad and depressed every day. I don't even want to get ready. I don't even care. I looked so sad that day. I remember I saw Billy after. He's like, what's wrong with you? Like, I looked that beat up because internally I was just so out of it, And it was that day, I remember. And so he told me, he's like, I just want to tell you that your foundation's already made. You're gonna give 1,000 trees. Like, and I was just like, oh my God. Like, it was insane. Like, I was just like, what? He's like, I want you to keep fundraising as much as you can, but just know that you're giving those 1,000 trees.
It's happening. It's real now.
It's happening.
So for you, it was like, I don't know how I got here. You're like,
Yes.
It was so many like steps to get there, and you didn't know, and
yes,
being in that moment, it's very I can only imagine.
Yeah, but just know that everybody that's listening, just know that it's not like it just happened. Like I worked hard
Every day.
every day. Like God saw
Consistency. Yeah.
consistency. Like no matter how bad I felt, no matter the headaches, the heartache, the depression, like
And I think
nothing
it's
mattered.
discipline too. I think discipline is what gets you through those moments where you feel like quitting, those moments where you feel like it's too much, you know,
Yeah,
and it
just
just
don't give up. God will see and God will make it happen and He'll
yeah.
build the path. You know what I mean? And that's
Yeah.
exactly what happened.
No, I love your website. I think it's beautiful, and in your social media. I just went on your Instagram, and I think you have amazing photos and content there where people can see the smiles of the kids and the all the help you've been doing, and lighting up these people's holidays. You know, and as we get closer to the holidays, because we're getting there.
Yes.
It's my favorite time of the year too.
Aw.
Like Christmas to me, it's like beautiful. You know,
Yeah.
everybody's families to get together, time off from work, like, you know, and the gifts and the whole purpose of God, you know, and Jesus Christ. And
Amen.
I'm Catholic, so I think it's a beautiful time of the year, and I think that everybody deserves to have a good time for Christmas.
Definitely.
And you make that happen with your trees.
Yes, I try.
So tell us a little bit how can people, if someone's listening right now and they want to donate money, how do they do that?
So you guys can go on GoFundMe, GoFundMe.com, and the link is just / Lala's Christmas Tree Foundation. You can also follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. Our like page is also Lala's Christmas Tree Foundation. Instagram also Lala's Christmas Tree Foundation, and the GoFundMe link is right there. So everything helps, guys, from $1 to $5 to $2. Like it'll just, you know, roll over. Like you give $5 and then you share the link, and then, you know, other people donate $5, and then it just goes.
It adds up.
Yeah,
$1,
really.
$2, whatever it is, like it adds up. And then for this 2019, what plans do you have? Anything that you want to share? It's in 2 months. December it's coming.
Yes, I feel like it's around the corner. It's the latest I've ever gone without already fundraising, without already having it all together. By November, I'm already like collecting like nominations to give the trees out and everything. So I'm not even there, but I'm not gonna stress out. You know, I'm gonna put it in God's hands. God knows that I'm gonna do as best as I can. Last year, I gave 500 Christmas trees, and 100 of them went home to home. And it's crazy. It is so crazy. So much work. It's so intense.
Have to go into everybody's house and
only the 100.
The 100 of them.
But that's my personal choice.
Yeah.
I can take how many I want. But the year before that, I did 50 trees.
Okay.
On one weekend, 25 and 25. That was a 50. So I was like, I'm going higher. So I did 100 this past year. 2 weekends, but it is a lot of work. It is a lot of manpower. We need those volunteers to come and help out. You know, a lot of people say they're gonna help and they don't, or they leave you hanging, you know, so it's a lot of work, but it's all doable. So
yeah, because the trees are heavy too, right?
Yes.
The big trees.
Yes.
And these are like natural trees, right?
Of course. Yes.
Because when I was little, I grew up with like the fake ones.
Yeah.
The plastic ones.
Yeah.
And we would just reuse them every year. But the natural, they smell so good too.
Oh
right?
my God, too beautiful. Yeah. So I also want to send a special shout out to Nancy and Luis, because thanks to them, the past 2 years, Luis has been donating all 500 trees to me. And then all the fundraising that I do, I buy like the ornaments, I buy the star, I buy the stand for the trees, like for the families to not have to worry about getting anything more. And I also want to send a shout out to Victor, who gave me a bunch of toys. So a lot of my families got toys. I want to send a shout out to Toto, who gave me school supplies. Every single year I've been giving away school supplies because of him.
Now I see why you're dressed as Santa Claus in the show today.
You're like,
because you are literally Santa Claus. You come into these houses and you just give them the trees, the gifts, everything.
Yeah, and also to Alejandra, because she also donated out of her will. You know, she gave me like a few brand new toys, you know, to give out. So Joanna, thank you for helping me out. Everybody that's a part of this, it's beautiful. So 100 went home to home, and then the other 400 were distributed among schools. Desi, this is Desi right here. So she's the founder of this organization, and they help people with disabilities. They help them how to build skills to live an independent life. So that's a beautiful organization. I love them. They always do a special Christmas event, and they invite me, you know, to give other families trees. So
that's beautiful.
I'm looking forward to all that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about this. I guess it's a very exciting thing, and are these trees all in LA? Like, yeah,
Southern
just
California,
focus on
yeah.
LA area.
The last tree last year, huh, Billy? We went all the way to, where did we go, Billy? It was an hour and a half that way, an hour and a half back. I was like, we can't do that commitment
Like
because
more north LA.
it was super. Where was it?
Hesperia.
Hesperia.
Oh,
It was so far. Like a 3 hour drive for one tree. We can't. We gotta keep it closer
Keep
to
it
Southern
close,
California. Like, you know, on a 30-mile radius or less because it's
because you have to be the one delivering them.
yeah,
It takes time to,
yeah, and 3 hours for one tree. Like
Yeah.
3 hours, we should be delivering like 10 trees or something. You know
So
what
how
I mean?
did
So.
how do we choose the winners? I mean, the people that get the trees.
So the same people that donate, they can nominate someone. Obviously, I'm gonna trust you if you're someone that I know personally and everything. Like if you tell me, hey, my tia or my neighbor or this family, I know their house burned, or I know the kid has cancer, or I know they've never had a tree. Personal recommendations usually come first, and then
Someone that's
after.
going through hard times right
Yes.
now that need it the most, right?
Yes.
That's where it goes to.
Yes. That's how we do it.
It's amazing. I'm very
you.
proud of you.
Thank you.
I think that you are a Latina that works hard, that comes from, a family that struggled just like many of us do, and I think that you've made the best out of it. Instead of
Yes.
you becoming that victim and saying, well, no, I can't.
Exactly.
You decided to move forward and make your goals and make things happen, and now here you're making things happen. So
Yes.
for everybody that's listening right now, go ahead and donate. Anything
Please.
helps. Where is it that they can go fund me?
Yeah, go to GoFundMe.com and go just search Lala's Christmas Tree Foundation and please make your donation and share the link.
Yeah, we only have 2 months.
Yes,
Less than 2 months left.
let's give hope and happiness. Let's spread the joy. Be selfish this year and give, because actually that's really being selfish, because you actually receive more when you give. And if you've never done it, try it this year so you can see. So yeah.
Sometimes we have to just take a moment and like put ourselves aside a little bit, right? And just say, let's think about someone that needs it more than me, because we go
Exactly.
shopping all the time. We go buy food, buy this, buy that.
Get
and
our
it's like,
hair done, get our nails, get
everything is
this,
so expensive. And these
Yeah.
people need it. They don't even have a
Right.
Christmas tree. So
Yeah.
let's make their holiday. Let's light up the holidays.
Yes, and remember that what the Christmas tree signifies. Christmas tree is gonna be like a bonding moment for the family, to decorate it, to put it, to
Yeah.
put them like a little bit into the holiday season, regardless of what is going on, So
definitely.
think about all that.
I think a Christmas tree, when it's in a house, it just makes the house way more warm. Everything feels more. Everything just feels better in a house when there's a tree in.
Yes.
So, well, thank you, Lala, for
No, thank
being
you.
with us.
Thank you. Follow us on Instagram and on our page on Facebook at Lala's Christmas Tree Foundation. And if you want more details, you can DM me.
Thank you,
And we'll
Lala.
be in touch.
It's a
Thank you,
pleasure
honey. Thank
meeting
you.
you. And
Thank you.
wish you luck with everything this year.
Thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you.